How you doing, YouTube family? Today is Monday, March 24th, 2025. It's your man Big D, and I'm back with another one. I want to thank all you good folk out there that continue to rock out with my son and I. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Well, family, got another young lady on a video that is talking about some craziness. Got a, you know, this young lady, she pretty much she procreated 3 times, and it appears that every time she procreated with a pookie. And furthermore, this young lady, she refused to take ownership or accept any type of accountability for where she could have done better, perhaps where she fell short. But let's go on ahead and let's see what this young lady talking about, family.
Listen, I got three baby daddies. Ain't none of them worth shit.
Now, she got 3 baby daddies. Ain't none of them worth shit. Okay. All right, man. Let's dissect this. I'll give you one baby, right? You know what I'm saying? You got sloppy, made a mistake. I don't know, maybe, your first time having sex, perhaps. I don't know. It was an accident. I'll give you that. But man, when you start talking about having baby number two and three, now that's not an accident. That's on purpose. And never once in this video did I hear her take any ownership, but she was quick to point out how each one of her baby daddies ain't about shit.
I got one on. I got one that we don't hear from, unless he just get out of jail because he want to party again. My second one, we was together for 5 years. The first three was amazing. You feel me? I take it back. First two was amazing. The last three was horrible because then I had a baby by him and it was horrible.
Okay, so what happened? I mean, y'all was together all this time, and the only thing you got to show for it is baby number two. Other than you say y'all had 2 good years, and baby number dos is what we have. Numero two. Ma'am, at some point, somebody gotta make the effort to get on some birth control, some type of contraceptive. Somebody gotta make an effort because if we are not going to take accountability and say, hey, listen, I gotta stop this behavior because all I am doing is creating another generation of potential Pookies and Ray Rays.
That last one I got, it was a oopsie. I kept it. My fault. Ain't none of them shit.
Okay, so the last one you got was a oopsie. You kept it. No, ma'am, it ain't no oopsie. Because after baby number one, you should have got on some type of birth control, some type of contraceptive. Um, and I submit this to you. Now I looked at her little TikTok page and what have you, and it appears that she does have a job. She wearing some scrubs, but that don't mean nothing. She could don't mean she holds in a position where she making any more than 30, $40,000 a year. So we got another sister that's I've yet to hear her say, "Hey, I effed up." I get it. You procreated with some pookies, and okay, I know you say you can't help that. You had no idea that they were gonna be pookies or Ray Rays. You had no idea that they were gonna be piss poor fathers. Well, then why would you take a chance and play Russian roulette with your womb? Why would you do that? But then you come on here and say each one of these guys that you chose to have sex with, that you could have required to wear a condom. Well, no, you didn't do that. Why you didn't want them to wear a condom? Because you like the real meat. You like that real feel. See, my good lady, you don't believe in wearing no barriers. So that's why you didn't require these men to wear any type of prophylactics. So if that being said, then there have been something else put in place. Listen, they got the phone, they got birth control, they got the ring, they got female contraceptives. Listen, they got all kind of things in play now where there is no such thing as a oopsie. But when people say, "Oh, well, it was a oopsie. I made a mistake, whatnot," that means they don't want to take no accountability. That shit wasn't no oopsie. Baby number one was a oopsie, even though I don't believe that was no oopsie because you could have prevented yourself from getting pregnant. Not just one time, not just two times, all three times. But I hear you say your baby daddies ain't about shit. But what about you, my good lady? Are you in a position where your children, each one of your children, when they turn the age of 18 or 19, they get ready to go off to college? Are you gonna have something in place for them? Like some type of prepaid college program, perhaps? Or do you have any, since that the baby daddies ain't about shit, but what are you doing to better your children's circumstances? See, that's why it's difficult after baby number one, because when you start dropping baby number two, and then you talking about baby number three, every time you add another child into the calculation, all you do is complicate not only your life, but their life. And the problem is that your children didn't ask to be here. So in good conscience, why would you send for somebody? Meaning, why would you get pregnant knowing damn well that you ain't in no position to give them a better life than perhaps your mother was able to give you? Now, I don't know you, and I don't really like speaking on things without having all the facts in play. But the way, even though I don't know you, but I'm a pretty decent judge of character. And, based on how you know what I'm saying, seems like the only thing you care about is your hair and your eyebrows, making sure they trump tight. And outside of that, you going back and forth with people on these internet streets, basically who, some are saying, you get some little compliments here and there. You had one dude said you super thick. Listen, I don't know what that dude thinking about, but he got an issue. And I'm not here to try to, badmouth nobody, but there are perhaps some things that you could work on. We all can improve our physical fitness and our health. So there's some things you could work on, man. But to me, your focus is on, your hair and your eyebrows. And yeah, to me, yeah, I think she's a pretty sister. Face wise, I mean, she's too well, you know what? Well, yeah, other than the eyebrow, I don't really see her wearing a lot of makeup. So to me, she's an average looking sister. She's decent. But but here's the thing, like she said in the video, if you ain't worrying about her 3 kids, and why you worrying about me? My good lady, at this point, unfortunately, the only people that's worrying about you is them Pookies and Ray Rays that's trying to come through and blow your bike out. Because I don't believe that a man of means that's got his life together is going to come along and be okay with a woman that, already got 3 kids. You know what I'm saying? Yo, ma'am, I mean, come on, let's be realistic. And you had control over this. You chose to do this. You could have easily required them to wear a condom. You could have hell, listen, if you didn't want to get on no type of birth control and you didn't want to require them to wear a condom, well, at the bare minimum, y'all should have tried the pull out method. You should have made sure he pulled out. But I guarantee none of that happened either. So the simplest form of birth control that really ain't really, in my opinion, that shit don't work. But the simplest form of birth control that you and your three baby daddies could have perhaps used was a pull-out method. Y'all couldn't even do that. You didn't even require them to do that, ma'am. So what does that say about you? You own no accountability. You take no accountability. So you, my good lady, are doomed to keep making the same mistakes. Now, I would assume that by now she probably got her tubes tied or she on some type of birth control. Hopefully. Because if not, some poor soul gonna come along and maybe he ain't looking to, he just looking at them, we hang out for a bit. You a nice lady, maybe we can link up and he might just be looking to clap your cheeks. Nothing more. But next thing you know, baby number four, now your dumb ass caught up, paying because I guarantee you them other dudes, they probably ain't on no child support because they probably dusties. But you come along and you got a career, and at the bare minimum, they can find you because you have a career and people, you work for a decent company and they taking out taxes and whatnot. So there's the EIN and a social security number attached to your ass. So child support gonna easily be able to locate you, right? But that's the broad point of the spectrum because anybody that got any kind of good sense, man, you better not get sloppy. If you perhaps even want to deal with that type of situation, this type of chick, you better not get sloppy and get her pregnant. Whoa, cause you gonna be taking care of 3 kids. Yeah, them ones that ain't yours, your little child support check gonna be taking care of them. So, as I said, family, this lady on no accountability. Come on here and say her baby daddies ain't about shit, none of them. But, ma'am, if your baby daddies ain't about shit, then that means that you deal with shitty, shitty dudes. So that would kind of make you not about shit too, right? Just a little bit, right?
No, no. That's why I do all my shit myself. I don't call, text, nobody. Something happened at the school, I ain't calling you, bitch. Cause not, no, I ain't calling. And I sign builder, but no, it keeps down confusion. Makes me sane so I can be sane for these kids. If you ain't stunning these kids, you shouldn't be stunning me. You feel me?
No, ma'am, you ain't calling nobody because there's nobody to call. I would venture to say because you said your baby daddy, you know, s- legal problems. Um, they ain't about shit. So, ma'am, it ain't that you don't want to call nobody. You ain't got nobody to call. It's not that you don't want help, but you ain't got nobody that can help because you chose to pick Dusty's. You chose to make bad decisions. And to add insult to injury, now you coming on these YouTube streets and you don't even want to own no accountability. You got 3 innocent lives that didn't ask to be here. And I would venture to say that them dudes that you let, you know what I'm saying, that you let just run up inside you and just let blow your bike out and then spray the joint up. You know what I'm saying? Just spray the joint up. Ma'am, that's just nasty. At some point, we got to call it what it is. I know everybody says I saw Kendra G drop the video, and there was a guy that came on her channel, and he was actually a content creator, and he's made reactionary videos to some of the women, some of the delusional women that come on Kendra G channel. And man, she was kind of getting on to him. But you know what though? That's what he get. Because you had how you gonna you gonna okay, so you gonna go to the very same place, you're gonna go to the very same channel that you going to react on to say the women over there delusional. So, bro, let me ask you a question. Why would you go over there to try to date somebody when you doing content that's saying that ain't number crazy, delusional women over there? So, what does that say about you? So, Kendra G had every right to kind of get on to you because you should have never been over there. I don't understand how you can make content about this You know what I'm saying? How the ladies over there on her dating app is crazy, but then you over there on the dating app, you over there on the dating show. Man, that man, I tell you, I was gonna react to it, but I said, nah, because I already know it's gonna be a whole bunch of, you know, other content creators out there that's gonna react to it. But it just sounds crazy, man. You can't do content on how the women that go on her show are delusional, but then you take your ass over there on the show looking for her to hook you up with somebody. Man, that sounds all bits of crazy. Man, that sounds crazy to me. Makes no sense. But it is what it is. But back to this lady, ma'am, you got to do better. If not for yourself, for your children, and you got to start choosing better. And if you can't get to a point where you can choose better, you need to get on some type of birth control or you need to get your tubes tied. You do not need to bring another child into this world because I'm telling you right now, just cause dudes get sloppy and they don't put on no condom and they just want to run up in it raw and they want to bust up inside you and all that good stuff. I ain't trying to get vulgar and graphic. I'm not trying to get vulgar, but when you allow them to just spread up and do all that nonsense, well, then you know what? You are running the risk of putting yourself at being a single baby mama because, be honest with you, even them Pookies and Ray Rays, they ain't trying to be no baby daddies. They ain't trying to be nobody daddy. But they just sloppy though. They got no dick control. So they just run up in it without a condom on. So it's not that they necessarily just, yeah, they are irresponsible, but ladies, you gotta understand when a man choose not to wear no condom, he just going with the very nature that he has no control of because men, that's in a man's nature. But just because it's in your nature don't mean you shouldn't have some type of control. But family, what say you? What do you think about this? You think she's in bounds by procreating 3 times and then, coming on here and saying that all three of her baby daddies ain't shit and she bears no responsibility? You think that's cool? I don't know. I love to hear your thoughts. Well, family, always remember, be more tomorrow than you were yesterday. Peace.